Today is September 24th, 2021. Do you know what that means, ladies? That means that it's 98 days until 2022. That means we have 98 days to accomplish those goals that we set for ourselves for 2021. Where are you at in accomplishing those goals? This is an opportunity. This is 98 days, 98 ways, 98 efforts, 98 possible accomplishments, 98 ways to boost your confidence, and 98 ways to be closer to slaying your bigger goals. What was that big goal you set at the beginning of the year? Where are you at? Come on, let's put some pen to paper and let's make those goals an actual reality by moving the needle just a little bit closer every single day. Hey y'all, I'm so glad you're here. This is Ladies Kickin' Ass, a helpful and encouraging podcast for women who work in or support the home service and skilled trades industries. My name is Tanya Wilson, and I'm passionate about encouraging women to break into this industry, stand up in their roles if they're already here, tell their stories of badassery, and provide coaching, encouragement, industry secrets, and business hacks that I've personally used in my own companies to help you build and scale the service business of your dreams. But we can't talk hustle without addressing the bustle, and that means most of us are trying to do a million things at once. Like juggling being an entrepreneur, raising a family, being a partner, wife, sister, friend, soccer mom, doggy mom, and all those other titles that we love. It's all on the table here. We discuss the wins, the losses, marketing, momming, business development, relationships, and above it all, loving and believing in yourself. I'm on a mission to build a community of women that are supporting and celebrating the fact that most of us don't have our shit together, and that's okay. But together, with great support, we can do it all. Come on, let's do this. Welcome to the Ladies Kickin' Ass podcast. We are obviously not strangers to setting goals and setting up steps to try to accomplish those goals. But if you set a timeline for yourself to accomplish something big in 2021 and you're not quite there yet, this is a huge opportunity to really sit down, brain dump what you can into bite-sized ideas and plans in order to accomplish that big goal. 98 days is quite a bit of time to be able to accomplish really awesome things. I look at what my bigger goals were for the year for myself personally and for the goals that I had for my business. And I would say that most of them are still pretty feasible to accomplish. They may not come all the way to the fruition of the ridiculously high standard that I set for myself at the beginning of the year. You ladies know anybody like that? I'm sure you're probably very much the same way as I am with those. But I can definitely see the needle move on those even big goals and see it move consistently for the next 98 days if I really put some effort into each one of those goals every single day. So what I want you ladies to do over the weekend, think about this. You have 98 days from today, the 24th of September, before the end of 2021. I want you to sit down and I want you to just brain dump. If you're new to that terminology, brain dump means sit down with a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil or a marker or whatever makes you happy and just write down what you want to accomplish by the end of this year. Then I want you to pick either one good size goal or 3 to 5 smaller goals And then I want you to get rid of the rest of them until 2022. The reason that I say this is if you are anything like me and the people that I know, you probably have to-do lists for your to-do lists and maybe a sub-to-do list for that one. We don't want all of that noise to crowd us from finishing what we set out to accomplish at the beginning of the year. So, one bigger goal that can be achieved in 3 months worth of time, or 3 to 5 smaller goals. From there, I want you to get a calendar, print it out. You can find them all over the place. In fact, I will actually post one on our Ladies Kickin' Ass Facebook group. If you would like to go there and download it, it will be available for you. And I want you to write in every single day one thing you're going to do to move the needle on each one of those goals. Each one of those 3 to 5 goals, or a bite-sized piece to accomplish that big goal. And I want you to post them somewhere where you have to look at them every single day. Your bathroom mirror is a great spot. It's okay if your kids or your spouse or your roommate or whoever thinks you're crazy, because sometimes that's the motivation that we need to get these things completed. Out of sight, out of mind is not a good thing. I'm talking old school, pen and paper, write them down so you can see them. Set reminders or whatever you need to do in order to make sure this is being accomplished every day. And then my challenge to you for the next 98 days is to get yourself a notebook and write every morning what your bite-sized goal is, and every evening how you achieved it. Notice I didn't say write an excuse for how it didn't get done. That's not an option. I want to know how you achieved it. When you celebrate how you were able to move the needle forward, it makes that ride so much more pleasant. It makes that part of the adventure of getting to that big goal. And that's what we want to celebrate. We want to be able to look back at this on December 31st and be like, oh, I did it. And I'm so proud of myself. And look at how much work I actually put in to actually creating and getting these goals accomplished, just like I said I would. Self-confidence is built when you keep promises to yourself. I'm going to say that again because I think there are several people that need to hear it. Self-confidence is built when you keep promises to yourself. I want you to think about that for a moment and view this as most of you are working mamas, or you at least know little children. If you were to tell them that you were going to do something for them during the day and then you didn't do it, do they let you forget that? If they're anything like my kids, they certainly do not. Mom, you said that we were going to fill in the blank. If you're a working mom, you've probably heard this more often than you want to admit. I know I have. How do you feel when that child says that to you? Maybe sometimes a little bit annoyed, but most of the time, you truly feel like shit because you let your kid down. You truly feel like crap because someone was counting on you and you put them at the bottom of the list and you didn't get it done that day. Don't make yourself feel like that little kid feels in that situation. And when we consistently put ourselves at the bottom of the list, just like we talked about in our last podcast about self-care, we start losing faith in ourselves. We stop trusting ourselves. We stop believing that we can actually accomplish big, hard things. I want you to set goals where you know you can move that needle every day if you will dedicate 5 to 15 minutes a day doing it. Don't make it something so large that you're going to be able to come up with excuses or have a reason why it didn't get done that day. Everyone has 5 to 15 minutes to accomplish a goal that they're working towards. Don't believe me? Delete Facebook and Instagram off of your phone and see how much time you have left. I know none of us want to do that, but every time you look for that app to scroll, realize that you could be working on your goals. Another suggestion that I have for you in order to find some of that time is to write that one big goal or those 3 to 5 smaller goals on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and set it as the wallpaper on your phone. Every time you get on your phone, you'll see it. It will remind you of what you need to be doing before you take on all of the pleasurable things such as social media or reading emails for the 15th time that day. Make it a priority. Put it on your schedule in a time that you know you're not going to be super smoking busy or distracted by the kids or not in a meeting. This has to be 5 to 15 minutes that you actually dedicate to those goals. I'll share with you some of what my goals are going to be for this challenge. My number 1 goal is to get up and to move my body at least 30 minutes every single day. I have an awesome new little workout buddy. My son has decided to do workouts with me at the park in the morning, which is an incredible time that I can spend with my son one-on-one. And also, we're both out getting some exercise and getting our mornings going. So that is my dedication throughout the end of the year, is to get up every morning and move my body. I am setting aside at least 30 minutes to do that every single day. I can find 30 minutes to focus on that every single day. Another one of my goals is to have a schedule of awesome lady entrepreneurs or women that support the home skills or home trade industry on my calendar to interview and tell their stories for this podcast. I know you've pretty much just gotten me for the first 13 episodes, but that is going to be a fun twist that we're going to break into in Q4 here. And I'm so very excited to be able to meet these women, have conversations with them in person, and be able to tell their story and hopefully give you some little nuggets of advice on how to run your business and how you can take those ideas that these wonderful women have and you can implement them in your personal and business lives. So looking super forward to that. I have a calendar already made out for how I can do little steps every single day to make sure that I am ready and prepared and that I can be able to bring all of this to my wonderful listening audience already. My third goal that I am going to accomplish by the end of this year is that I will have someone in my business that is in charge of every daily function that I currently hold. My reason for that is I have several projects that I am working on, and I want to be able to lend more focus to those. Not that I won't be at my businesses every single day, but in the event that I can't be or that I want to spend some time doing some other things, I will have that ability because it's not the buck stops here with me in this particular situation. That could be the same for you in your business, whether that is delegating to the people that you already have or potentially hiring new full and part-time people to come in and alleviate some of that pressure for you to be able to basically work yourself out of your job. My goal for 2022 is to be able to work on my business every day that I want to, instead of working in my business in a specific job role or filling a need within the company. My big goal for 2022 with my companies is to see explosive growth, even bigger than what the explosive growth was this year. When you start seeing those numbers and successes come, it's so amazing. It's like an adrenaline rush that you just want to make sure that it continues to keep happening. I want to build, I want to blossom, I want to make this business even better than it is now. And that's getting the right people in the right seats with the right responsibilities. That means removing myself from the day to day. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you are the wearer of many hats, as we call it, start taking some of them off and give them to someone else. That doesn't mean you're not wanted. Ladies, I need you to understand that not being needed every day is the ultimate flattery, because you created this team. You created these positions and you nurtured and you coached these people to be able to complete those things that you were responsible for and those tasks you were responsible for by themselves without you. Some people see that as, oh my gosh, they get intimidated and they just can't do it and they just can't have someone, taking over and running the business. I can't wait for that to happen. And if you're not quite there in your mindset of having those people available for you, let's chat. Because I've been in those shoes before too. And as you grow with the business and you see what you can accomplish when you get out of your own damn way, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sight. And I would be happy to help you get there. Those are my goals. I'm going to post those on our Ladies Kickin' Ass Facebook group. I am also going to invite you all that listen to this podcast to share what your goals are. And I'd love to be able to create an accountability circle around those of you who are brave enough to take on this challenge, and that you are finding that you are worth it. You are worth the time. You are worth seeing a compliments. You are worth self-respect and self-love and self-encouragement by setting goals and accomplishing them, setting goals and keeping the time that you promise yourself to get them completed. I know we can do this, ladies. I know that we'll be stronger if we do it together as a community. So if you are not part of the Ladies Kickin' Ass Facebook group at this point, you're definitely going to want to jump on board and check that out. There is a link in the show notes to this podcast on how to get directly to that Facebook group so that you can become a part of this. We'll also be sharing through our Instagram page at Ladies Kickin' Ass. And so I'll make sure there's a link for that in here as well. And ladies, share this with your friends. Share this with somebody that needs to hear this. Share this with somebody that needs to build some confidence in themselves. I promise you, there is nothing like achieving your goals to build your own self-confidence. You will never feel like such a badass in the world as you do when you set and achieve those goals for yourself. And I want the ladies in this community and I want your friends around you to stand tall and be proud of who they are. It doesn't matter what your size, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you do for a living. It just matters that you're proud of yourself. When you're proud of yourself, you shine differently. You glow. And I want to help as many of you as possible to get to that place and for you to feel that way. So if you're needing one-on-one help, be sure to reach out to me. You know where to find me. All of my links are in the show notes here. And let's do this, ladies. 98 days is 98 ways to set 98 efforts for 98 accomplishments, 98 ways that we're boosting our confidence, and 98 ways that we are going to crush those big goals we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year. Let's do this. Thanks. And we'll chat next week. I'm going to keep checking in on you on these goals. And I truly would love to hear what you're setting up for yourself and if there's any way that we can support you. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Ladies Kickin' Ass podcast. I would love to invite you to become part of our exclusive community on Facebook groups. There is so much value there in inspiring you to chase your goals and coaching you on how to get there. Plus, you get the support of other women from across the world who have also joined. You can also find us all over social media and at our website, ladieskickinass.com. All social media platform links are in the show notes below, so we've made it nice and easy for you. Be sure to join so you are the first to hear about exciting programs and announcements that we have coming up. And ladies, there's some good stuff. And never miss a notification for an exciting new podcast episode release. If you yourself are a lady that is kicking some serious ass and you have an awesome story that you would love to share with our audience about running your business while raising your family and becoming the woman of your dreams, I want to talk to you. Check out our website at ladieskickinass.com/podcast, where you can apply to be a guest on our show. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Tell me what you think of it with a rating and share this episode with anyone you think it may inspire or help. Have a great week, and I'll see you back here next Friday. Bye for now.